look at weather because we're sliding into another weekend here, and a nice Friday going in because we stayed below normal. Below normal is always good in August.
I spoke too soon. At the top of the hour, the temperature was in the low 90s, and the sun's been out for a couple hours at this point.
Not cool.
97, it done crept up on us.
97, but the official high of today was 98, which is 2 degrees above normal. We spoke too soon. That all happened in the last 45 minutes. I want to emphasize that.
Hate that. Hate all of that.
We appreciate you staying in the data.
And keeping us honest.
Yeah.
Keeping me honest.
Yeah. And you know, the high of today, 98, but over this weekend, 97 on Saturday, 96 on Sunday. Again, not too far off from the normal for this time of the year, which is 96. The mornings starting off in the mid 70s. And here's what you got to know. The rain, that's going to taper off the next couple of hours. We do have a hot and rain-free weekend. A stronger cold front is on the way for early next week. We've actually adjusted the numbers, so I can't wait to show you the 14-day. And the scattered rain and cooler temperatures, not just for next week, but it looks like some of those cooler conditions stick around for Labor Day weekend. We're looking at a little bit of rain, mainly south of DFW, and we're also seeing a couple of little showers starting to dwindle down at Ellis County towards Hill County. A lot of this really clearing out in the next couple of hours, and well, that's why the temperatures managed to reach up into the upper 90s for a few locations in the Metroplex. Here's how your evening plays out. Only about 10% coverage of rain. Again, this is going to be mainly south of DFW, 93 around 7. We'll start to see this cloud cover clear throughout the night, and by tomorrow morning, mostly clear, 76 degrees around 7. Next week, look at how it shapes up. 97 degrees on Monday. Then into the mid 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, we could get as low as 10 degrees cooler than what's considered normal for this time of the year by Wednesday. Upper 80s then Thursday and Friday. And as of now, Labor Day also looking to stay in the 80s. Our rain coverage looks a little bit higher, and it's because of a front moving in. About 30% coverage on Tuesday, and that lingers into Wednesday, 20% coverage on Thursday and Friday. We'll need to adjust these coverages the closer we get to them, because if that front happens to linger a little bit longer than what the models are showing, we could see a higher coverage towards the end of next week. So again, you're going to have to keep checking back in with us as more data comes in the next few days. I want to give you an update on the tropics because the remnants of Aaron are just that. Remnants as they move across the northern Atlantic. But we have 2 more areas of interest. One has a 90% chance of development in the next 7 days. I think this one will turn into a tropical storm sometime this weekend, but it's taking that turn, much like Aaron did, a bit farther away from the U.S. this time, so no impacts. And then another area of interest at 50% chance of development as it moves towards the Caribbean. All of this being driven by this big area of high pressure. So again, this one's the one that will likely turn into a tropical storm this weekend. This one has a lower chance of that happening. We could see it turn into a tropical depression as it heads towards the Leeward Islands in the next couple of days, and then eventually towards the Yucatan Peninsula. So we'll keep monitoring that one. No impacts here locally in the next 7 days. Warm and humid tonight, 76. Tomorrow, a high near 97. Light winds, hot and humid. And I want to show you next week because the mid 80s for August, that is such a treat. And for Labor Day weekend, we've dropped the numbers a little bit. On Labor Day, a high of 89, but Labor Day weekend looking at highs in the upper 80s. You know, some rain on that Saturday, but mostly rain free Sunday and on Monday. Back to you.
Love that, Mario.